Hatton was a trailblazer in boxing, ring, and life. Former world champion Ricky Hatton has been described by his manager and close friend as a trailblazer in the boxing ring and in life. Hatton, whose passion, personality, and skills drew huge crowds throughout his career, was found dead at his home in Hyde, Greater Manchester, on the 14th of September at the age of 46. Mourners will gather later for his funeral service at Manchester Cathedral. "He's going to be sadly missed by me. The nation's going to miss him," said Paul Speak, who managed the fighter known as the Hitman from the beginning of his career in the ring. "He helped so many." Referencing the song often loudly roared by fans, Mr. Speak said, "There is only one Ricky Hatton." The Stockport-born boxer won world titles in both the light welterweight and welterweight divisions. He quickly rose through the amateur and domestic ranks to pit his wits against the elite fighters of his generation, including Costio, Floyd Mayweather Jr., and Manny Pacquiao. In some respects, he was a trailblazer in the boxing ring, and I think has been a trailblazer in life, said Mr. Speak. He's helped so many. I know personally of people that has helped and has literally saved their lives. When the BBC visited Hatton Boxing in Hyde, there was no shortage of people wanting to pay tribute to him. He was like the hero of Hyde, and everyone will tell you that, said friend and trainer Blaine Eunice. We all grew up wanting to be Ricky Hatton. So then, in the end, it was mad that the guy that I grew up wanting to be became a friend. Another of Hatton's friends, a trainer called Lee Beard, suggested there should be a statue of the boxer erected in the town. He's had a massive impact on people, and not just in boxing, in his local area, said Mr. Beard. Former Commonwealth champion Stacey Copeland grew up in the Tameside town with Hatton and still trains at his boxing gym. It's touched people so deeply, and it's hurt them so deeply because everybody felt like he was one of us, she said. He didn't pretend to be perfect, and he wasn't as none of us are, but he didn't pretend to be either. He was painfully human, if that's the right way to put it. But that's what people loved about him. That's what they could relate to. That's what resonated, and that's why it's touched people so deeply. Ricky Hatton's funeral details. Ahead of the funeral, Hatton's family has shared a route for fans and community members wishing to pay their respects. The procession will begin at the Cheshire Cheese Pub on Stockport Road in Hyde and make its way approximately 10 miles, 16 kilometers, to Manchester Cathedral. Mourners will then be able to head to Etihad Stadium, home of Hatton's beloved Manchester City Football Club. After the funeral, listen to the best of BBC Radio Manchester on Sounds and follow BBC Manchester on Facebook, X, and Instagram. You can also send story ideas via WhatsApp to 0808 122 30. Related stories. Ricky Hatton funeral route released. Ricky Hatton, life and times of the boxing legend Hatton, was excited for the future. Say family. Former world champion Hatton dies, age 46. Boxer Ricky Hatton's family has released the procession route ahead of his funeral on Friday. The former world champion was found dead at his home in Hyde at the age of 46 on the 14th of September. His funeral will be held at midday on the 10th of October at Manchester Cathedral. Hatton's family has shared a route for fans and community members wishing to pay their respects, which will begin at 9:45 British Summer Time outside the Cheshire Cheese Pub on Stockport Road in Hyde. Ricky Hatton charity set up so no one fights alone. Ricky Hatton's son has said no one needs to fight alone as he revealed plans by the former world champion's family and friends for a new mental health charity. In a post on social media, Campbell Hatton said a foundation would be set up in his father's name to carry on Ricky's spirit to help as many people as possible. There was an outpouring of grief and tributes from across the world when the boxer, 46, was found dead in his home in Hyde, Greater Manchester last month. Hatton's friends and family said they were determined to channel our sadness into something powerful and positive. A website created for the Ricky Hatton Foundation said the boxer was open and honest about his own struggles with mental health. His courage in speaking about these challenges gave others the strength to share their own battles. Ricky Hatton's funeral details released by family. The family of boxer Ricky Hatton have released the details of his funeral service. The former world champion was found dead at his home in Hyde, Greater Manchester, at the age of 46 earlier this month. His funeral will be held at midday on the 10th of October at Manchester Cathedral. The family said a procession route would also soon be published to give fans the chance to pay their respects. Tribute from around the world poured in for the fighter, considered one of Britain's most popular ever. Hatton's younger brother and former boxer Matthew posted on X, "I love you, Richard. See you on the other side." Ricky was one of a kind, wrote former Manchester United and England midfielder David Beckham on Instagram. Just heartbreaking. Ricky Hatton stayed true to hometown. Locals say to the boxing world Ricky Hatton was the formidable hitman, a champion welterweight known for his relentless offense in the ring. But for those back where Hatton grew up in Hyde, a town in Tameside, Greater Manchester, he was just one of us. News of the 46-year-old's sudden death on Sunday the 14th of September caused genuine shock and dismay for the people who grew up supporting the local boy who went from training in the cellar of his parents' Hattersley pub to becoming a world champion. People remembered Hatton as they dropped into Hyde Town Hall on Wednesday to sign a public book of condolence.